Hello ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. That's a very old car, you interrupted my intro, but okay. We'll start that again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're having an awesome day. You joined me on 85 back towards Glasgow. I have finally managed to cool down a little bit because my god, it's bloody roasting up here, and that's the sole reason for this video, is I want to talk about the weather, because I'm British, more specifically Scottish, and if you live in the UK we love talking about the weather, so let's just have a little conversation about it. If you do live in the UK, you will probably know what I'm about to talk about, because the UK at the moment, for some reason, is going through a massive heat wave, like properly, utterly uncomfortable heat right now. And I don't know why this is, but it's very, very uncomfortable. That's a very old bike, holy crap. But yeah, I'm a wee bit out of breath because I've literally just done my last delivery, and when I got back into the truck, the temperature the truck was reading was 34 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit, Celsius. And even driving along the road right now, it's still sitting at 30 degrees. It's feckin' roasting up here. Now, we here in the UK, and more specifically Scotland, we don't tend to get hot weather that often. We tend to get it every now and again, but it's never been as bad as this. I think there's been maybe the occasional time where it has got a wee bit hot, but I don't think it's gotten anywhere close to this. That I can remember. It probably has done. This isn't probably the record high for Scotland, but it's definitely up there in my opinion in terms of properly warm weather. In terms of the UK, England England seems to get the hot weather a lot worse than we do up here in Scotland, and I'm not 100% sure why that is. You always see it on the news on like BBC or Sky that when a heat wave when a heat wave happens, it's normally England that gets it worse than we do up here. However, it seems to be that it's just the entirety of the UK this time that is deciding to completely cook everybody alive. You know, I think that English people are maybe not 100% used to the hot weather, but they're a lot more acclimated to it than we are up here in Scotland. Because let's be honest, if you come to Scotland, you're pretty much expecting to going to get rain all the time, or it's going to be cold, it's going to be wet, it's going to be windy, you know, that typical type Scottish weather, which is what we normally get up here. And the English people down in there tend to normally be on the news because it's been like 36, 37 degrees Celsius, you know, they've broken all these records for the highest temperatures in the UK. But it seems to be this time around, I think England is still a bit hotter than us up here, but I don't think we're far behind, to be very honest. Like I said, I'm travelling through trees just now where it's a bit shaded in certain parts, but the temperature's still not dropped below 30. It still says outside temperature's 30 degrees. And we're just genuinely up here in Scotland, we are so not used to this kind of hot weather. I mean, I'm definitely not used to it. You know, I was in Turkey last year, and I am 100% certain that right now Scotland is a lot warmer than Turkey was. And even if even if Turkey was warmer, I could just go and jump into a pool and cool off quite easily. I don't have the luxury of having a pool in my back garden to do that. And I always find it funny, the fact that whenever it's like raining in Scotland, everybody says, oh, it's raining, oh, we can't do it. And you look at the weather report and it's like, oh, it's rain, oh, it's more rain, oh, it's meant to be windy and cloudy and cold. And everybody always says, oh, when do we get the sunshine and everything like that. And yet here we are, we have the sunshine, we've got the heat, and everybody's just like, it's too fucking hot. It's not rained for weeks. Which is actually semi-true. I think where I was today in Oban, they had a wee bit of a sort of semi-thunderstorm / rain on, I think it was Saturday. I was speaking to a lassie at the waterworks place in Oban, and she says that we got a wee bit of a sort of a rumble of thunder and a bit of rain on Saturday, but it never really came. I think it was only on for about maybe 2 minutes, and then it just went back to this again. Clear blue skies, absolutely blaring sun and heat. And it was actually interesting to find out the fact that up here in these sort of the highlands and stuff like that, they rely on like lochs and reservoirs to provide water for the people around these little towns and stuff like that. You know, the likes of the loch that's right next to me, which I cannot remember the name of. I will figure that out later. You know, they rely on these lochs to provide the water for the towns and the villages, and she was saying that the water level is lower than what it should be this time of year. It has dropped quite a bit, but it's not to the point where they need to start doing it seriously to think about preserving water. She did say that if the hot weather was to continue for maybe like the next couple of weeks to where it hadn't rained in a couple of weeks, that's when they would start thinking like, okay, we actually need to do something about this. We're kind of running out of reserves here a wee bit. But to be honest, the weather report says that it's meant to be like this for the next couple of days, and then as soon as the weekend comes, it's meant to go back to the typical Scottish weather of absolutely pissing rain. Although I think it's still meant to be quite warm. I think it's meant to be like maybe 23, something like that, so it's still going to be kind of warm. And that's why there's also like weather warnings out for like thunder and lightning and stuff like that, because obviously the hot weather hits the cold weather and mixes together, and something happens. I'm not whatever they're called, the people that look at weather. I'm not one of them, so I don't know what it is. But we're just right now. It's honestly, I'm sweating it out in here. I've got the air conditioning up at the moment as high as it'll go. Well, it's not as high as it'll go. It's turned down just now, because if I turn it up full, you probably won't be able to hear me speaking because the fans will be blowing that much. It's just, like I said, I'm not complaining that we have the nice weather. I'm more complaining to the fact that it's really, really warm, and we're just not used to it up here in Scotland, to where I think I'm struggling a wee bit. I mean, my uniform is all black, like all black head to toe, you know, and if you know anything about the colour black and sun, you'll know that it just absorbs heat, and that heat has nowhere to go but onto my body, and that's why I feel like I'm properly about to have a heat stroke here at the moment. I know that I won't. I've got plenty of like water and fluids and that in the cab that I can drink to keep me hydrated and everything, so I'm pretty good on that end. You know, and I just know for a fact that as soon as I get into my car back at the depot, as soon as I unlock my car and open that door, I'm just going to be met with a wall of heat, and it's going to be awful. Especially when you've got half leather seats in your car, because everything's just going to start sticking to you, and it's just not a good feeling. But it's also like talking about the wall of heat. It's like one of those situations where you go abroad, okay, and you're on the plane, and then if you're in one of those airports to where you have to walk down the stairs and onto the actual tarmac because there's not any of those big gantries to take you off. I'm talking about the little islands and stuff like that. You know, they bring the stairs up to it, the door opens, you're in a nice air-conditioned aircraft, and then as soon as you walk out onto that gantry there, onto those stairs, it's just like you've hit a proper brick wall, and it's just this immense heat just hits you. Honestly, it felt like that yesterday, because I was in my house yesterday and my house was nice and cold. It was lovely. Okay, granted, my room felt like an absolute sauna because I had my PC and everything running, and that was kicking out a crap ton of heat to try and keep the PC cool. But I literally walked down the stairs, opened the front door, and it was like I was in like Spain or something like that. It was that warm. But I mean, I'm recording this on the 13th of June 2023, and all I'm going to say is I like having the nice sunny weather. I think it does bring people's mood up. It makes people feel a bit more enthusiastic, a bit more happy. It definitely lifts spirits. But my fucking god, is it bloody hot. It's so fucking warm. I'm trying to not swear, but my god, it's so blooming hot. Oh my god, we've actually gone down to 29 degrees. We've actually gone underneath 30 degrees in the truck. But again, that's 28. We're even getting lower now, but I think that's because I'm travelling through a bit of shaded area here. But yeah, I just thought I'd come on, make a video, because it's just something that I find kind of amusing in a way. The fact that up here in Scotland, we complain when it's absolutely pissing down with rain, we want the sunshine, and then when the sunshine comes, we start complaining that it's too bloody hot and we want the rain to come back. We're just never happy, let's put it that way. We're just never happy. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this lovely little spiel. Can you call it a spiel? Nice bike. Very lovely sounding bike as well. A wee spiel about the Scottish weather and the weather in the UK in general, and the fact that we are all currently melting to absolutely nothing. We are melting our absolute tits off, as they say. It's blooming hot. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed me sort of ranting. It's not really ranting actually, me just giving you sort of my thoughts on the Scottish weather and the weather in the UK. If you do like it, give it a thumbs up and everything like that. I don't tend to ask this at the end of the videos, because I'm honestly, I make these videos purely for my amusement, to be honest. And if you like them, then fantastic. If you don't, then that's your personal opinion and I will not hold it against you. But anyway, until next time, I hope you guys are having an awesome day wherever you are in the world. I hope you guys are having some fantastic weather, the same as we are here in the UK, to where you can get out and you can explore your surroundings and stuff like that. And I will see you guys very soon in the next one, whenever that may be. Until then, have an awesome day, guys. I will talk to you all very, very soon. Thank you for watching. Unless I die from heat stroke, I will see you later.